Hello, class of 2023. This is Miss Nahara, your senior class administrator. Welcome back. I'd like your undivided attention for the next 10 minutes or so, so that you can listen to our senior class presentation. So at the end of this presentation, you're going to hear all things and information about your senior class. And I welcome you to write down any notes, any questions, and feel free to ask me, your counselor, your teacher at the end of this presentation or whenever you do see me. And just to remind you, the vision of Quince Orchard High School, all students are connected to Quince Orchard High School and have the support they need to lead successful personal and professional lives. And I am truly honored to have seen your journey from freshman year to now. And I know that many of you are connected to QO. And I think right now you're at a point at your last year here where we can see how you will end your 12 years in public education here with us and how you will go on to lead successful and personal and professional lives. That is our hope, is that every child here that has been at QO, whatever decision that you make, that you are successful. Before I go on, I'd like to introduce our administrative team. Ms. Thomas is our principal, and she's seated in the front. I am Ms. Nahara, 12th grade administrator. Ms. Lee is our 11th grade administrator. Mr. Yarborough, our 10th grade administrator, and Dr. Brown, our 9th grade administrator. Ms. Yu is our business administrator as well, and she completes our administrative team. Here are your counselors. Please make note of any sort of counselor reassignments. I know they did a shuffle over the summer, and it is by last name. So if your last name falls under AA to CAC, Ms. Kachuba is your counselor. What you'll hear and feel this year at Quince Orchard are what we've committed to for this school year and for our future. Is to be present. And what that means is that you are here, you are ready to learn, and you are here every day. So attendance is very important. And I know that you went over attendance yesterday in homeroom, but I can't emphasize enough how attendance is imperative. And what that means is being on time, bringing notes when you're absent, and not being tardy to class. In addition to being present is also being present cognitively and listening and active listening in your classes. And I know you've gone over the cell phone policies. And what that means, it may look different from class to teacher to department, but that we ask that you demonstrate cell phone etiquette and respect to the rules and the agreements that you've established in your classes with your teachers. You're also going to hear us talk about anti-bias and anti-racist practices, and hopefully you feel and see those throughout your year here at Quince Orchard. And what that means is that we're going to be more intentional on being inclusive, on having a curriculum that represents all students, and just elevate the voices that normally aren't heard in our practices here at school and also in what you do every day in your subjects. Restorative justice is another thing that you'll be hearing from us. And what that is, it's our approach and our language and how we go about our interactions with each other on a daily basis. And good teaching and learning. We have phenomenal teachers here at Quince Orchard High School who are completely committed to your learning. So throughout your whole year and years past, yes, good teaching and learning is what you'll experience and feel here at Quince Orchard High School. Lunch. Lunch is about 50 minutes long, and I want you to take advantage of this time to go to lunch and learn. Your teachers will be available for you. It'll vary when and how many days, but please take advantage of lunch and learn. That is an opportunity for you to go and do makeup work, reassess, do some more work, or just engage with your teachers if you need to do so. This time you can also meet with counselors, you can get involved in extracurricular activities, and you do have open lunch as a senior. And what open lunch means is that you are allowed to go across the street You are allowed to go to local businesses. You cannot leave campus for lunch. That is what that means right there. So open lunch for us is you are open to walk out and cross the street, but you are not to leave campus. Parking. Applications are on the webpage, and they'll be accepted until the 7th of September. You'll get a confirmation email to your .net. Not all spots are guaranteed, but it will cost $39, and all things and all payments can be done online. Once you get your confirmation email, you're going to bring your proof of payment to Mr. Robertson in his office, which is room 255, during lunch from Wednesday, September 14th through Tuesday, September 20th. Senior fees. This is very important for you guys to plan for and to do as soon as you possibly can. Senior fees is going to cost $70 between now and October 31st. The price goes up $10 from November 1st to January 31st, and then up $90 from February 1st to April 30th. And what your senior fees cover is your cap and gown for graduation and pretty much everything that goes into graduation, your tickets, your programs, the venue, and everything to make your graduation experience great for you and your families. I encourage you to pay as soon as possible, and that way you get this payment out of the way. On this PowerPoint is the link to go pay online. It's also available on the webpage, and we will be sending this out through the newsletter and through an email that I will be sending to the senior class and your parent and guardians. Upcoming dates to remember: September 8th is Senior Parent Night. Please tell your parent, guardians, caregivers to come. We'll be talking all things, important dates, financial aid information, all the things that you need to know to have a successful senior year. Counselors are going to be visiting you in your classes, in your English classes, to update your Naviance. Get those letters of recommendation ready. October 1st is when the financial aid application window opens. October 15th is homecoming, and then November 1st is when early applications are due. Later on in the presentation, you'll get a quick note from Ms. Jones, who will have more specific information about Naviance and those dates. Who do you need to know? Please take note of this one slide. Here is everyone that you would need to know for your senior year and what they do. So you have your senior class sponsor, Ms. Menifee. Ms. Shellhorse is our SSL coordinator. Mr. Fleming's our security team leader. Ms. Yu is our business administrator, and she's in charge of lockers. Our financial specialist is going to clear your obligations, and she's at the financial window by the cafeteria. Mr. Raberman, our athletic director, focuses on parking as well as all things athletics. Ms. Jones is our college and career coordinator, and she does all things Naviance, and she can set you up as far as guidance and mentoring when it comes to the college application process. Ms. Barnes is our registrar, and she helps with transcripts. And Ms. Mangan is our yearbook advisor and also has information about your senior portraits. So now a quick message from Ms. Jones. And before I let you hear from Ms. Jones, I just want to wish you a great senior year. This is your year. You've worked so hard to get here. Please stay focused, and please know that everybody is here to make it a successful year so that you graduate on time and that you have the best senior year ever. Thank you very much. And now a note from Ms. Jones.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ms. Jones, and I am the College and Career Information Coordinator, and I am here to help you through your college application process. And so I just want to take this time to share some helpful information that can be useful as you continue to navigate this senior year. So the College and Career Center is located in room 103, which is right next to the counseling office. Here are some important dates to remember. August 1st is when most college applications opened. November 1st is the early action admissions deadline, and there is a difference between the early action admissions deadline and the early decision admissions deadline. The early action admissions deadline is essentially saying that you're taking the initiative to make sure you get your college application submitted by November 1st. and that is not binding, okay? So once again, early action is not binding, but early decision is binding, okay? So then October 1st is when the FAFSA opens, and the FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. And oftentimes there is a misconception that you do not need to complete your FAFSA and submit that, but based off of like your family's income, thinking that you won't receive anything. But we do encourage students, all families, to submit the FAFSA, because the worst they can do is say, sorry, you're not eligible to receive anything. But you don't know, there may be some scholarships that require to have the FAFSA on file in order for your student to be eligible for that. So make sure you tell your parents or guardians to complete the FAFSA once that opens up on October 1st. And then January 20th, that is the regular decision deadline. So that means that you want to make sure that if you aren't going the early action or the early decision route, that you do get your application submitted by January 20th so that you can hear back on that. Now, the difference between the two, early action and regular decision, is that with early action, you will hear back if you've gotten to the university much sooner than you will if you wait until the January 20th deadline. So just keep those factors in mind. Now, these dates could vary a little bit per university, so it's super important to make sure you reach out to the admissions office to see when their dates are and when their deadlines are. So this is the Naviance homepage. And hopefully you all are well aware of Naviance. There are so many helpful resources on here, specifically for juniors and seniors. This is going to be helpful because it allows for you to see all of the universities that are coming to visit QO. So if you scroll down on the homepage to what's new, it'll tell you all the schools and universities that are coming to visit us. Our first one, for example, is going to be the University of Chicago. And so if you click on more info right here on by the school name, it'll allow for you to see this page here, and it'll tell you that the University of Chicago is coming on September 6th at 8:41 a.m. So that will be during second period. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to click on that registration button that's up there so that you're actually registered for the event. Now, all this information can be found on your Naviance home screen. So once you click register, you'll see a screen that looks like this, and you'll see that green taskbar that says, see you there, you're on the list to attend this college visit. Now, let's say, for instance, if you are not able to register on Naviance, but you hear over the announcements that the university is coming to visit, make sure that you come on down anyways. Do not let that be a reason why you don't come to the college visit. We're encouraging students to register via Naviance, but if you're not able to, that is not going to be a reason to stop, okay? Now, back on, it says about me, and then down below it says surveys and surveys from your school. Once you click on surveys from your school, you're going to see all of the important surveys that are listed here that are either put in there by your counselor or by myself for you to complete. Now, the one that we're going to be focusing on right now is the brag sheet survey. If you have not already completed this, this is super helpful when it comes time for submitting your letter of recommendation request, because whoever you ask to write a letter of recommendation, they're more than likely going to want to have this brag sheet so that they can pull that great information about who you are, okay? So I suggest copying and pasting these questions in a Google Doc and then still submitting it on Naviance, but then also having that Google Doc with the questions and the answers so that you can easily share that with other people as well. And that is all I have to share right now. And we will certainly be visiting your classroom this semester, to make sure that you have all the other information that you may need when it comes to Naviance. But certainly, if you have any questions between now and then, please don't hesitate to stop by the College and Career Center, which is located in which room? Room 103, right by counseling, so that we can get those questions answered for you, all right? Thank you. Have a good day.